It's like, why not? Why not make the change? What a weird transition.
Here with Sam Leavitt, Arizona State quarterback. Sam, what do you have to do to help your team get back to that championship level, playoff contention, to earn a berth in the college football playoff?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me, I think, is not worrying about what happened last year. It's just focusing on, day to day, getting better every single day, and getting with the guys and building the connection of this year's team. We got a lot of returners and a couple new guys, so just getting back on par with them. And everybody needs to understand that, we got a target on our backs now, so we got to come out and play even better than we did last year.
Sam, what do you want the people to know about this Arizona State edition, the 2025 edition of the Sun Devils?
You talking about the new guys coming in?
The new guys and just this year's team. What do you want people to know entering the season?
I mean, just the biggest thing for me is just our culture that, has been sustained since last year, and it's just continuing to grow. And, that was implemented from Coach Dillingham to Coach Roy and the entire staff. And, then the players really took that on, and all the leaders on the team are just continually preaching that to everybody. So the way that we're going to play is going to be a brotherhood. And, then we got some playmakers who's going to make a lot of plays, and, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. What do you like to tell people about Coach Dillingham?
I just like to tell him, first of all, that's my guy. He the way that he connects with players on a personal level is so special and unique. You really feel like you're playing for somebody, and you're doing things for them to help them achieve what they want to achieve, and they're helping you achieve what you want to achieve. So Dillingham's the best, and I couldn't ask for a better situation.
Sam, when you look back at last year as a passer, what do you need to do a little bit better in the passing game and with Coach Dillingham's offense?
Yeah, I mean, overall, just quick game, getting better, and just me handling the protections on another level. I did it to an extent last year, but just taking the next step in that, and then just control passing. Constantly getting better, getting the ball out. Getting my check down and everything like that. So just getting better overall. My footwork's gotten better, demeanor's gotten better, and just overall understanding of the game.
Sam, that was one of the best stories last year. Your team picked last in the Big 12. So when you approached last season, what did you try to tell your teammates?
Going into the season?
Going into the season, yes.
Honestly, we really never looked at things big picture. It was just week to week and day to day, what we got to get better at. After practice, I'd go meet with the O-line or the receivers, and, every single rep after a one-on-one or in practice, I'm going up and talking to someone, hey, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I want you to do on this rep. So we just did such a good job of that and not focusing on the end goal. That'll come.
What do you like to tell the newcomers, Sam, whether they're transfers or freshmen? What do you like to tell those folks?
I like to tell them, because they weren't here on the last year's team, so they don't understand what it was like to be in those games and win those games. So, I don't want them to come in and expect to win. That's not like just an expected thing. You have to earn that every single day. So every single day in practice, in the weight room, during conditioning, you got to win the day. So that's kind of my biggest message is, this doesn't just come with being at Arizona State. We earned this and we worked for it, so we got to do the same thing this year.
Sam, you're playing an SEC team, correct? Mississippi State.
Yep.
You have to travel to Starkville. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about playing Mississippi State in the SEC, traveling to Starkville, Mississippi?
It's going to be a lot of fun. They came to our place last year, and so we get to go to their place this year and get to experience what their fans are like and see what the humidity's like, and hopefully it's decent weather that game.
What was memorable about that team, Mississippi State? Something unique about that team?
I just remember the defense that they played. They played a 3-high safety look, and they had a lot of different tells and shows that it was early on in my starting season. So just seeing stuff on the field, all the moving pieces. It was a lot back then, but now I'm a little bit more used to it.
You have 3 words for the Arizona State fans?
3 words? Fear the fork. There you go.
Sam, thank you.
Thank you.
Sam, just one other thing about the Manning Passing Academy. Tell me something about your experience in being in this passing academy with all the Mannings and other quarterbacks as well from around the country.
Yeah, just want to give a big thanks, to all the Mannings, being super welcoming, and they create, a really loving environment, and so they're all good people. They have, they're very humble. So to be around that, and then be around a bunch of other players who are, in the same situation that I'm in, be able to talk to them and hear their experiences is pretty cool.
Okay, can you just say thanks for being on AP As We See It with AP Steadham?
Thanks for being on APS.
AP Steadham.
AP Steadham.
As we see it.
As we see it. Thanks for being on AP Steadham as we see it.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Good luck to you now.